What is up, my fellow budget travelers? In today's video, I need to tell you how easy it is to win at slots. Because I'm not a professional, but I still hit numbers like these, and so can you, because even though I just play slots for fun, I still know how to win. The last video I made about this a couple years ago has really helped a lot of you out. So I needed to make a follow-up video because things have changed nowadays. I'm starting to see some different trends and things in the different machines. So I'm going to go into all those today. I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to win at slots. And as usual, stay around for number one because that is the most important tip. So going back to this video, when I first hit on that video, it was a new game. Now you know there's like millions of Buffalo games. I mean, there's Buffalo Gold, Buffalo Ascension. There's so many different Buffaloes now. So tip number 10 is going to be just that. Play the newer games. A lot of times you're going to see them right at the casino entrance. They're going to be dinging off and making all this noise because people are winning and having a good time. There might be like a line to get on the machines, like other people are waiting to get on the machine. So the new games are usually going to pay out a lot more than a lot of the other machines. But just like how the new machines are starting to pay out, I give it only like a month or maybe 2 months. Tip number 9 is that they will stop paying out eventually. You'll even notice some of these machines were like doubled up and it was impossible to get on them. All of a sudden you're going into the casino and you'll see that there's nobody playing them. And like when you play them, maybe it gives you like $10 or something as your bonus win. It's very suspicious, isn't it? So this is one of the trends I'm noticing that, you know, they try to get you in with a new game and then they try to suck the money right back out of you a couple months later once they have you hooked on the game. Tip number 8 is going to be follow the pros. So just how you were following the noises of the sounds of the new game, follow the pros. You'll see these guys who kind of just stand around. They're kind of looking at all the numbers on the different machines, or you'll see somebody just like beeline for a machine. It's like, you know something that I don't know. So what do you know? Feel free to ask them. I mean, people are generally pretty fun in the casino, and especially like Vegas or somewhere like that. People are much more approachable versus like smaller town casinos because these guys are hustlers. They know what they're doing. They go in there to get the bag and then they leave. They know when to leave, which is another tip, which you'll learn in that other video of mine. A lot of times they might be waiting on a hand pay or something like that even, but they'll give you like the little bag that they see that is possibly in the machine next to them or something like that. Obviously, they're not going to tell you to go on to the machine that they're about to go to next because these pros always have all the machines lined up. Like if they're hitting on this machine, they're already looking for the next bag that they're going to go and attack. You can also save yourself money too because they'll tell you don't play that one, dude, you're going to lose. It's like, look at the numbers. It's not going to win. It just hit the jackpot or something. It's going to take a while for it to pay out again. So even just talking to a pro is going to give you a tip and a one up on the machine versus everybody else in the casino who's just like playing for fun and just throwing their money away. It's like you can play for fun, but also be strategic. And that's what I want to bring across in this video. And so I'm trying to help you with my top tips. So here's tip number 7. I tend to find that machines will hit in a circle. There's usually like 4 or 5 that are in a circle. So one person will hit a bonus. And then next thing you know, other people in the casino are starting to come over. Then that person hits a bonus. Now you really see people coming over. I feel like people who gamble know this is a trend that usually it'll all hit in a row. So sometimes it even hits like clockwise in a row. Like it'll literally be bonus. Once that bonus ends, the next person hits the bonus. Once that ends, the next person, etc., etc. This is one of the trends that I've seen like my whole life of gambling. So definitely the circle is still a thing. My tip number 6 is don't be swayed by this free play money that they're sending you in the mail or, you know, pick your prize or one of those like scratch off things. How much do you get when you reveal the prize? Don't scratch it until you get to the casino. You may have seen like a free luggage bag or stuff like this. This is all just to get you into the casino, guys. And they don't tell you that maybe this particular prize is only for a certain card, or they don't tell you that you need to play so much in order to even qualify to get this gift. So now you're in the casino already and you're just kind of like, oh, well, I'm here, I might as well play. Or you go to pick one of the bags and it's $5. Like, guys, this is the trend. I'll be honest with you. They don't give you like $50 giveaways anymore for your free play. It's like $5, maybe 10. The most I've seen is 15 at these things. It's like crazy. And then they're like, oh, come back throughout the month. And every time you swipe, you get a new reward. I got $3 one time, guys. $3. That was my big prize for coming like every week of the month. What? Like what? If these tips are helping you, please hit that like so other people can find me too that are looking for good slot machine tips, because I feel like they're hard to find that are real tips on here. And let's keep it moving. So my major tip here is to go on the days that are tier multiplier credits, because that one is big, because your tier is always going to get you the most out of any of your rewards cards. I'll leave a video at the end to explain a little bit more about how rewards cards work, but multiplier days are going to be your best friend because your tier can basically go to any casino. So say in your hometown, you're maybe like the second or third tier for as often as you go to the casino. So now when you go to Vegas, they'll do a tier match. So you can actually go into Vegas and already be at that level in that casino because they're matching the same tier. What does this mean? You get all these email offers here. So you get free play, food credit, free rooms. So the tier is where the perks really come in nowadays versus just free play money. Let's move into tip number 5, because just like the more you're going to the casino, think about seats within the casino that will get the most traffic. So usually it's going to be one of the end seats. Just makes logical sense. They're at the end of the aisle. Not many people want to play in the middle when there's somebody on each side of the aisle. Like a lot of people just will always play the 2 aisle seats, and it's rare that you'll see people in the middle unless it's more of a high volume kind of time. Then all the machines will like fill up, but generally speaking, most people just do the 2 aisles. So use that to your advantage and think of it as the more money into the machine, the more money out of the machine. I'm not saying this is like the hot seat or the lucky seat. It's just like mathematical sense if you think about it. Same being said for smoking sections, because so many casinos have done away with smoking sections. Maybe they just have one area, or they have a new smoking section, so everybody's in that new hot area. Traffic is there, guys. Go to where the traffic is. Even if you don't smoke, those machines are probably going to hit more often because more people go out there to have a cigarette. And of course, they're like, oh, I might as well just put $20 in the machine. What's it going to hurt? They play out there instead of inside. You can take advantage of this. We're all here to win. So why not go to where you know the money is and win on whatever machine you want to win on? Because a lot of times the smoking area will have the same machines as you have inside, or sometimes they'll even have different ones. Or a lot of times, like even that Buffalo game that I showed you earlier was only on the smoking patio now at the casino that I go to, versus it used to be like the hot game and it was everywhere. And what happened? It disappeared. Because new games came out and they wanted to push the other ones. Tip number 3 is to play the chooser games, is what I call them. So sometimes they'll be like a 4-gamer. A lot of times they're like those Konami games where they have about 10 different ones for you to choose from and you can pick and choose. Different games have different payouts. So think of it as the same as like the hot seat. Some games are hotter than other games. So some games get played a little less than other games. So maybe that one is actually due to hit, but nobody has played that game. So why not mix it up, give it a try? And you never know, maybe that'll be the one that hits. A lot of times what I see, for example, on these 4-gamers that I play is you'll see maybe in Pompeii, the super games keeps coming around. So super games on that machine, you get all 4 games at the same time during your bonus. So super games is coming, but it's not hitting. So it's like, let me try one of the other ones. Buffalo, nothing's coming up. Okay, let me try the water one. Nothing's coming up. Firelink hits on the first spin. What do I get? Super games. So you never know. Just keep playing around with the different games, see what happens, and have fun with it. The other perk about the Konami games is a lot of them are only 15 cents or like 25 cents. So you can bet only 15 cents. Then maybe you move over to like a higher denom machine and then back down. You can jump around really easy with these denominations. And that's going to move me on to tip number 2, which is you can play max bet, which is only like $1.50, versus a lot of these games now start at 80 cents. So max bet is $8. So if you're playing one of these like 15-cent machines, their max bet is probably like $1.50, maybe $1.75, maybe $3 tops. So your chances of hitting on the max bet are supposedly better because you're max betting. But on these games, you only have to play $1.50 versus the other games you're playing $8 bets and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Tip number 1 at how to win at slot machines is probably my most important one, because I think a lot of beginner slot machine players, they think they're just going to come into the casino and play penny slots, but they think it's literally like a penny, and they don't realize that a lot of them now, like I was saying, are like 60 cents, 88 cents. Like honestly anymore, it's even hard to find some machines that are under $1 anymore. So go into it knowing that you're gonna be playing at least like 50 cents or 60 cents for your minimum bet, just so you don't have that initial sticker shock. But there are still penny slots that do exist. So the whole thing with penny slots is they pay per line, right? So all these different lines will come up. There's a button on the machine that'll show you like all the different lines. So this is basically you're playing a penny per line. So there's so many different line hits that you can get. But if you want to, some machines still go down to that 1 line, 1 penny bet. Now, unfortunately, these games are kind of like randomly all over the place, and you're probably not going to be able to order a drink because the drink girls are more in the high traffic areas. So these are probably going to be hid away somewhere. But if you do want to try them and play actual penny slots, they still are alive. But another way that you do win at slots is you get free drinks when you're in like Atlantic City or Las Vegas. So when the drink girl comes around, you can sit at any denomination you want. So even if you're sitting at a 60 cents machine, and that's like the cheapest machine in the casino, they're still gonna come around and give you a drink for free. So the key to take advantage of this is to keep an eye out for her path. So you can see she's going around this area taking drink orders. So seat yourself in her path, like you can see she's going that direction. And when she comes over, you're gonna be playing maybe 1 60 cents, 2 60-cent spins, order your drink, and then when she comes back, tip her $1, hit the spin one more time so that she can see that you're still playing. You spent maybe like $3 or $4 on a top shelf drink instead of going to the bar paying like $18 for a cocktail. Because cocktails get expensive in the casino, and a free drink is always a win in my books. And just another side note for beginners, I want you to remember, don't ever bring more than you want to spend. So if you're only bringing $50, think of it as you're getting maybe like 5 or 6 free drinks out of that $50. So you would have spent that $50 on drinks anyway. Don't come and like keep going to the ATM, because the ATM also charges you like $8 in Vegas, for example. So just keep that in mind. I have so many more tips for you to save you money while you're in Vegas. So first, check out this video here. If you haven't already, it's gonna tell you even more tips about how to win at slot machines. Otherwise, here is the video I promised you about the rewards cards. Here's another playlist packed with even more tips on how to save money while you're traveling. And if you made it this far, please take a moment to leave a comment down below, even if it's just an emoji. It'll help other people find me in the algorithm. And guys, I'm so proud of you for taking the time to actually study about slot machines and learn how to win and not just go in blind and throw your money away. So I know you're gonna win big. Let me know in the comments if you do, and I'll see you in the next video. I've got one more super secret slot tip for you guys, and that is to stack your winnings, because slot machines are not hitting for big amounts as much as they used to. I'm finding a lot of like $60 hits, $75, $100. So when you hit on that, as you know, most slot machines hit twice if you watched my other video. So once you feel satisfied that the machine's not going to pay out anymore, cash out that ticket, put it in your purse, put it in your pocket, and start with a fresh 20 at the next machine. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.